Hi, it's Natasha, and I want to welcome you to my channel, my video. And if you're new, welcome. And if you're not new, welcome as well. So today I wanted to talk about my everything that I do with my hair. I've had strangers come up to me, family come up to me, friends ask me, tips and all that stuff. So my hair is naturally straight. It can naturally frizz. It can naturally turn wavy. It can naturally have um, like weird big curls. And I don't purposely do that. It will just, a lot of it tends to be because of the weather. Yes, my hair can be very weird. It doesn't really, it's not every day in the year that my hair is always going to be like this. How do I get my hair like this? First, it would be genetics. Second, I don't do a lot with my hair. With that said, I don't do a lot of unnecessary things. Like I don't color my hair. I never do that. That really does more harm than good. If you've noticed, people that color their hair are susceptible more to graying hair because your body is, it's not natural, so it's trying to fight it. And at a certain point, you're exhausting that. So, and also that's really harsh chemicals that you're putting in your scalp, which gets absorbed. So the new growth, it's not going to be as pretty as previous. I don't do any kind of blowout or cellophane covering or Brazilian, what is that called? Brazilian treatment or Brazilian blow. I don't do any of that at all. What I've noticed with my hair is if I wash it in the start of the day more, and if I don't blow dry it, it tends to be wavy. It can frizz more. For me to have this kind of like I don't really call it perfect, but some people have told me that it looks like perfect and all that stuff. I don't really refer that. I've never referred it to like that, but like a super straight kind of hair, I would describe it. To obtain this kind of hair from me, I have to wash it at night. To obtain this during the day, I have to blow dry my hair. If I don't blow dry my hair and I wash my hair in the morning, as I've said, my hair will tend to be frizzy, wavy, and kind of poofy a little bit. If it is humid outside or if it is pretty hot, it will kind of flatten it down. Kind of close to this. Not completely. It will still kind of poof a little bit, but not as bad. But it won't be as straight as this. If I wash my hair before I go to bed and I don't even blow dry it, which it's not very good for you to blow dry your hair because it does tend to dry your hair, your every strand of the hair. I try my best not to do that. When I wake up the next day, it's not every time I wake up that my hair is completely like this. I have had days in which I will wake up, and my hair is like, it will just, like, certain parts here might curl, certain parts here would frizz, or it would all frizz. The reason for that is it could be the weather. A lot of times it's the weather. I don't know why. It's not like I'm sleeping outside, but if it's like a rainy weather, like it's dewy out, and it's kind of a little bit chilly from rain or just the dew, my hair tends to frizz. I know most people get that kind of reaction from humidity and not from like colder, rainier weather, but that's what happens with me. When rain hits my hair will frizz a little bit. And it will be very annoying because it will come all over my face and it will just like kind of poof like here a little bit. I mean, not like a super curly natural curl poof, but like it would be to me it's like unmanageable because I feel like it just goes everywhere, and I don't like that. I prefer it to be like this. So that's what I do. I wash it at night, and it's not like 5 minutes later I'm in bed. No, I wash it at night, a few hours before I go to bed, maybe 1 or 2 hours. So, and then I towel dry it as much as I can, so you're not dripping around because that's not good. So that's what I do. I also use, as much as possible, very clean hair products. And what I mean to that is there's not a lot of heavy duty chemicals in there. So it's sulfate free, chlorine free. My shampoo isn't expensive. It's not, you can get cheap natural items at a lower price as well. You just have to do your research. So the brand that I use is Ren Pure. I've used that for years. It's very cheap. It's very, very cheap. You'd be shocked how cheap it is. But it doesn't have all the harsh chemicals that can, destroy your hair, which is good for me. What I do though, because I have the type of hair that tends to be a little bit more oily than dry or normal, is what they call it, I put lemon juice in there to kind of help get rid of the excess oil. Right now, since I've been pregnant, I have not been deep conditioning my hair at all, and I will talk about that right after. So right now I'm using this brand called 100% Pure, and this was originally my husband's conditioner. My husband's hair products are like 5 times more expensive than mine, but it's because of his scalp. I think he has just a more high maintenance kind of scalp than mine. So all of his hair products tends to be really expensive, which, I don't envy at all. I'm kind of glad that I don't have that because it's kind of high maintenance. So anyway, I use that, and I think it has neem in it, and I think the word neem is in there. Neem is a plant, and it helps. I mean, it's the best conditioner I've ever had. It doesn't have that waxy, heavy, like weird buildup on when you have the conditioner. Sometimes when you have a conditioner, it's so nice right after you shower, and then later on in the day, I always feel like I'm a grease ball, like tend to be a little bit greasier, and then the next day, it's just like greasy, like deep fried grease ball. It's disgusting. So that's the first conditioner that never really gave me that at all, even if I deep conditioned or not. So going to deep conditioning, what is that? Deep conditioning your hair is actually adding a specific product, usually before you do, like you take a shower or wash your hair. You can buy jars of deep conditioners at any store, maybe your pharmacy, your grocery store, anywhere that they sell hair products, it's there. So what I've noticed throughout the years, I bought like those cheap ones at the store, Neutrogena or whatever brand it would be. They smell good, the texture is all creamy and beautiful and all that stuff. But my hair just doesn't get the right amount of nutrients to make it, I guess, nicer to me. So I did my research, and this took me a really long time to be able to move from convenience to raw, all natural ingredients, or all natural products. So I have tried putting, but the first one I think I've tried that was like a food product was mayonnaise, and this was years and years ago. My mom and I did it to each other, and we saw it on TV or something, and then we did it. I mean, it felt really nice, and the thing with that is because it had certain nutrients in the mayonnaise that really helped it out. So what I've done is I've tried raw honey. I always have raw honey in my house. Raw honey. I've tried olive oil, the different types of olive oil. I've tried sunflower seed oil, safflower oil, sweet almond oil. What am I forgetting? Sweet almond oil, avocado oil, avocado seed oil, I believe, or avocado. One of the two, and coconut oil. I've tried all of those. So growing up, I would probably deep condition my hair with coconut oil or coconut milk. And I started doing the coconut milk as well. And I'll tell you why I don't do that anymore. But I did that growing up once a week. So all the stuff that I was using, it hydrates your hair. It all of the raw stuff hydrates. It prevents hair loss. It strengthens your hair, so it prevents breakage. It can also help promote growth. So with the olive oil, what happened with that was it was too thick. It was too thick and heavy that I had to wash my hair about 5 times. And I kind of thought, this is really like stripping a lot of the stuff out of my hair too. It's not really, I don't believe it was helping. It was actually kind of, I think, a little bit more destructive than helping to me. So after I did that a few times, I tried I tried to apply it in different ways. I just didn't like it, so I moved on. Excuse me. So then I tried sweet almond oil. It was still pretty thick. I did the avocado oil. It was still really thick. And I would try and do that a few times. Probably maximum 10, just to see if there might be a different way I could do it. I didn't want to give up right away, you know. So I tried the raw honey. Pros and cons of the raw honey. I'm going to do the cons first. It will drip. It will drip all over your face. I mean, the oils will too, but that's just really like messy and sticky. It is really hard to apply because it's not the pasteurized honey. So it's not very syrupy. It's really, really thick. So when I'm putting it in, it kind of hurts too, because when I'm putting it in, it tends to dry. And this will like harden, you know. So I have to do it like inside first, right there, or underneath. And I really don't feel like I'm getting a lot on my whole head or my scalp because of that. The pros, because it's what is that called? Humectant. It's hydrating. So what I've noticed is that when I use the honey just on my hair and don't really care about the scalp, my hair is so soft. It is so soft, and it doesn't get greasy. And I believe I don't need to wash my hair for 3 days. And anyone who has like a greasy scalp will know that that's like a miracle. You know, it doesn't really happen that often. You have to wash your hair often when you have like a greasy scalp or an oily scalp. So when I do the honey, it's beautiful. It's a hassle, so I don't really do it as often. The safflower oil was decent. It was light. It's one of the lightest oils, so that was good. And then I switched to sunflower oil because sunflower is just cheaper. And it does the same as a safflower, exactly the same. So I'll rub it in. It's not very thick. So when I do rinse it off, I'm not slipping and sliding. It prevents the breakage. It strengthens my hair. My hair feels very soft and silky. I love it. It has the same effect as all the other oils. However, it's the cheapest one out of the bunch so far. So that's why I use the sunflower oil. I might tend to switch to coconut oil just because I can get it probably cheaper now at Costco. So because it comes in a really big jar and it's solid, you have to microwave that first. Just make sure it's not too hot. As long as it is soft and you want to rub it in, or you want it to be liquid, please don't put anything that's like boiling or really, really hot, because you don't want to burn your head. You don't want to burn your hair. So please be very careful if anyone wants to try it. I've done the coconut oil. The coconut milk, before I forget. I've done the coconut milk and the coconut cream. Now the reason I don't do that is because it's all, and I buy the all natural one in a can. Because it's all natural, there are no preservatives, the shelf life is very short. And it will tend to mold at a certain point. And I guess I don't use it as often. So what I do first is I take it out of the can, I put it in a container, and I whip it. And it will have like foamy peaks, which is like amazing. And then I just apply it on my hair and all that. That's actually like, I mean, it can tend to drip because that's a mixture. It still has the coconut oil in there, so there's a tendency for it to drip. But so it can still be messy, and it will start to kind of melt, I guess. That's the best I can describe it. So it will release from the foamy consistency into a more liquidy consistency, so it will drip everywhere. Even when you're doing the oils, make sure you're not wearing something that you want to wear outside later on, or whenever you know, like that's something you're gonna put in the hamper and not care about. It won't stain, but if you're doing it during the day and you have like a special occasion at night, don't wear your fancy stuff yet. Just in case, okay? Just, wear something different. And I usually put like a towel over my shoulder and cover me all up, just so if it drips, it just goes there. But sometimes it can go through like in the back of your neck, so just be careful of that and kind of tuck it in. Those are pretty good too. So if you prefer to do that, if there's more than one person that's using it in your household and you both use it so often, why not go with that one? It's not the cheapest, but if everybody's hair is different, everybody's different, but if that's the one that you really mesh with better, why not? So now I do the sunflower right before I was pregnant, and after I'm pregnant, if hopefully I have the time to do it, I'll probably switch back and forth with sunflower and coconut oil, and it's the extra virgin coconut oil, and I will leave it on my scalp for 20 minutes. The reason for that is your skin usually absorbs whatever you lay on there, like a layer, a lotion or whatever, for 20 minutes. After that, it just sits there. So the rest of that is really penetrating just the strands of your hair. So if you want to add an additional 10 minutes or make it 30, or the 20 minutes should be fine. If you want to, and here's the thing too, everybody's hair is different, like I said. So experiment. Try to do 20 minutes and see what happens. And then maybe increment it at 10 minutes at a time to see what time frame is best suited for you, that you like your hair the best of the effect of it. So that's how I deep condition my hair. It's all natural. There's no additives in there. I try to stay away from drying ingredients like sulfate, chlorine, salt, all that. There's probably a lot more out there that we don't know. And also try not to get a lot of superly like things that might give you like too much. Like if it's not natural, and if it's too much, if it's too moisturizing, I guess. Because here's the thing. if it's drying out too much, that can also be a cause of making your body to react to that, and you're going to produce more oil, or your body's going to react to it and not fight it and just keep doing it, and you're going to get drier. And that's also going to happen in certain ingredients that might be too moisturizing and they're not natural. What will happen is your body doesn't understand what's going on, and if it's artificial, the more they don't understand what's going on. So what they can do is they could also react the same way. They could also either produce more oil, or just not fight it, and just no. It's either they fight it and they become drier in the long run because it's something extremely moisturizing and it's artificial, or secondly, it would be the opposite. So it's trying to fight it, and you will just keep building up even more oil. That's why certain times, if you've noticed, when you use a certain hair product, sometimes your hair would just it might be great temporarily, but later on it would just either be too greasy or too dry. And if that does happen, you have to switch and try a different kind of hair product. It's not, a lot of people will say, oh, I'm just getting used to it, or my hair just needs to switch it every month. No, you're using the wrong products for your hair. You have to pick the right product. If your hair tends to change every month or react to it like that, your body is telling you you're not using the correct product to fit your body chemistry. So pay attention a lot more to your body. Your body's not going to lie to you, and it's not going to, make up all these reactions just because they want to. It's for you to be more in tune, and for you to pay attention to that, to know how to fix it and make it better. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed my video. It took me years to get here, and I hope it helped anybody out there that is curious about hair care, and stay as much as possible to stick natural. I hope you liked it. I hope if anyone wants to leave a comment, I love getting those, and I hope you guys subscribe to my channel. I love seeing new subscribers every day. Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.